So I just got done reading The Illustrated Man by Ray Bradbury, and when I picked this up I was like, oh, it's a novel. It's not a novel. I need to learn how to read blurbs. I just keep picking books up and I'm just like, I'll like it. And to be fair, I did like it. I gave it 3.5 stars. So it's actually a collection of short stories, but the way they're told is basically like, it has like a prologue and an epilogue. And I suppose you don't necessarily need to read them, but it kind of reminded me of like, is it Arabian Nights, where it's basically a woman who the Sultan basically wants to murder, telling him all these stories each night to stop him from murdering her. It's kind of like that. So the prologue is where this guy is just like sat on a bench or whatever. This man comes up and he is like completely tattooed. However, each of the tattoos are like kind of separate. It's not like one like large image, they're like smaller tattoos. And they're like magical tattoos that move, and they each tell their own stories. So then the stories in here, the short stories, none of them are related, but they're all implied as being a tattoo on this man's body. So kind of that sort of vibes. So because it is a collection of short stories, I certainly didn't enjoy all of them, but that's just like the thing with short story collections. You're probably not gonna like all of them. It's not like a novel, they're all really different. But my favourite ones from this one were The Veld, which is basically like, there are these two children, and I would say they're about maybe 10 to 12 years old, maybe a little bit younger. But basically this house is like all automated. They have machines for everything, including the nursery. And in this nursery you can imagine anything. And they decide to imagine like an African savannah with lions. And the parents are a bit like, are the lions real? It was a really interesting idea. And then my other favourite one was The Man, which is basically like, they never say it, it's just referred to as the man, but it basically sounds like, so these two people land on a planet, but no one really cares about like people land on the planet, they're just like, okay, whatever. Anyway, it turns out because the man that landed yesterday, and it doesn't actually say his name, but to me I was like, oh, it's Jesus or some other kind of religious figure. And then one of the guys who's landed, he gets really angry. At first he's like, well, I don't believe that, like, you know, he's real or whatever. But then eventually he's like, okay, yeah, I do. I'm just like really annoyed that I missed him. And they're like, well, he already left, so you gotta go. But I just love the idea of that. So I certainly didn't enjoy all of them, but those two were my favourites. And it was a really easy read. I really, really enjoyed it.